Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, wrestling fans around the world, I would like to personally welcome you to episode 44 of the greatest wrestling podcast in the tri state area, the Hot Tag Podcast. All right. This is the podcast. We talk about everything and anything pro wrestling. All right. As always, I am one half of your host, Rashaad. The other half of your host, my tag team partner in crime, Justin. Justin, what's good, bro?
Yo, how y'all doing, hot tag people? Back for another episode. Want to wish everyone a
Salute.
happy Fourth.
Happy
Uh,
4th of July.
the Fourth was yesterday for us, 2 days ago for y'all who are listening. Hope y'all all had a happy Fourth. Got to spend it with the fam. I know I
Yeah.
did. How about you? How was your Fourth?
4th was real calm, man. For me, I stayed in the crib, stayed in the AC, enjoyed the day, you know. Obviously, the fireworks everywhere, every 30 seconds. I know y'all enjoyed them fireworks because I didn't, but it was okay. It sounded like the fireworks I was hearing sound like the Chris Jericho pyro. Hmm.
Edge.
Man, it wasn't even. It was like the little high pitched joints. It's the
Yeah.
yeah. It sound like Team 3D coming. Hmm. That's exactly what it sounded like. The Deli Boys.
Hey, yo, underrated though. The pyro that shoots down from the Titantron to the stage, super underrated. Like one of the coolest pyros for real. Vince was cooking with that. Vince was cooking with that. We need to bring that
Yeah.
back.
Listen, man, they got the budget. You look at Pentas and Cody Rhodes.
Yo, I was looking at Phoenix's entrance from SmackDown,
Hmm.
and I'm like, yo, Phoenix has one of the coolest entrances in the entire WWE. All this pyro, and they barely use them. You would think for somebody that's getting the pyro budget that Ray Phoenix is, they're using it a little bit more. All right, maybe that
I'm
is the
that.
reason.
That's the
Maybe,
reason.
maybe that's the reason they don't use them. Actually, now
Exactly.
now that I say it out loud,
It all go to Penta. That's what they
yeah,
go to.
like
Go to
man,
your
bro,
brother.
it's one or the other.
If you ain't gonna use it, we're gonna give it to your brother. So, but hey man, listen, another week. So I mean, you already know we got a lot of wrestling to talk about, man. We have Forbidden Door, we had Raw, we had SmackDown. The double taping of Raw and SmackDown. I actually, so for those of you that were there, it was in Atlantic City. You got two shows in one night, and we're gonna talk about it. But always, when we start the podcast off, we gotta hit y'all with the headlines. So, my brother, what do we have for headlines this week?
So not too much for headlines, but we want to start off with something big that just was announced uh, right before we started shooting. Actually, is that Sheamus? It is officially been announced that Sheamus will not be renewing his WWE contract once it expires, and is set to expire pretty soon. Those of you who know, Sheamus has not been around in quite some time. I'm not sure if it started out as an injury and then turned into them just not having much for him, or if they just never had much for him in general. But Sheamus, somebody who's been with the WWE since what 2008, maybe. Like he's been around for a long time. Has won countless championships. It was kind of crazy to hear. This is along the lines of like the New Day for me, in terms of somebody who I never really expected to hear leave the WWE.
You were close. You were off by a year. He debuted on the main roster June 30th, 2009.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
but I think he might have been like under developmental contract for some years
Yeah.
before
That
that.
was his main roster debut was
Right.
June. That was ECW. He made his Raw debut October 26, 2009. So
Yeah, I
remember
remember
that.
Sheamus ECW debut. That's the
Yeah.
crazy part about this is I remember Sheamus ECW and Raw debut.
Mm. Was that? I think I remember his Raw debut, not his ECW debut though. I remember his Raw debut.
Because
Yeah.
shortly after that, he was WWE champion.
Mm-hmm. Literally, which is crazy. December, I think, right? December or January was
Yeah,
yeah.
like it's crazy. Sheamus has been around for a long time, man.
He couldn't give him a grand slam before he left.
Apparently, this is another case of WWE slash TKO approaching superstars looking to restructure deals. And Sheamus, who has every right to, declined and announced that he will not be resigning, or
That's crazy.
told them that he would not be resigning after
Yeah, he,
almost 19 years in the WWE.
like you said, one of them for lifers, bro. Like even if so, okay. Do you think maybe even if he's not renewing his professional contract, do you think maybe he could do? You think he's gonna go into like a backstage? Or you think he still got some left in him? He gonna go still be professional?
I think Sheamus still has some left in the tank. I don't. When last time I saw Sheamus, or I can remember seeing Sheamus, he didn't look bad. He
Hmm.
still looked like he could go. Um, and then the last couple of years, if you date back to his matches with Gunther or Drew McIntyre
And then triple
or
threat at
Rusev,
Mania. Rusev, yeah.
he had a match with Rusev right when Rusev came back. That's kind of the last time we saw him.
They had he was his
A
first
couple
feud, right?
matches. Yeah, a couple
Yeah,
matches. And
yeah.
those matches were still good. So I definitely don't think this is Sheamus calling it into his career. Mainly because I feel like he would have released something if
Hmm.
that was the case. I feel like this is more than just him knowing his worth, the same
Hey
way
man,
New
listen,
Day did, and willing to bet on themselves elsewhere.
hear me out. Chad Gable wins the IC title at SummerSlam. Sheamus comes back night after the Raw after SummerSlam, gets his IC title, loses it again, wins it, beats Chad Gable for it, but then Chad Gable beats him another night for it back. I just listen. I need Sheamus to get his Grand Slam. He needs the IC title. Get the IC title. You feel me? You ain't gotta have it long. Cena ain't have it long. You don't gotta have it long. Grab it. You up out of there.
I
You feel
mean, this
me?
is hindsight, but they definitely did have the opportunity a long time ago during his feud with Gunther that they ended up settling for Sami Zayn
Yeah.
to take the Intercontinental Championship off Gunther instead of Chad Gable or Sheamus.
Listen. I feel like he deserves a Grand Slam. That's what I'm saying. I feel like he deserves it. Honestly. Like,
Now, this is interesting because, like we just said, Sheamus, 19 years in the WWE. Does he go to AEW? Like, we talk about people he's never faced. He's never faced probably 80% of their roster.
that's true.
90, maybe.
Yeah. I think it'd be nice though. I mean, or maybe he go to TNA. I just feel
Well,
like I feel like AEW wouldn't really appreciate him the way like TNA would. Not saying like it's a bad thing. I'm just saying like I just feel like Sheamus would be better off at TNA.
I don't know, man. There's some names in AEW. Can you imagine the Sheamus versus Brody King
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
or Sheamus versus Roosh? Like, there's some crazy matchups there in AEW where it's like, I don't know. It
This would
looks
be
good.
some
That's
shit.
just that's the thing about AEW right now. And when people leave the WWE, the landscape over there is so much different in terms of where in WWE, if you're not storybooked, you're pretty much not booked at all.
True, true. Amen. Listen, I mean, it sucks. Obviously, it sucks, but I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. You feel me? You gotta move on to what's next, and whatever Sheamus decides to do next, obviously, shit, I support him. Whatever he decides to do, wish him all the best, man. You know,
Yeah, it definitely is
it
time for
sucks,
Sheamus.
but hey,
But as one person leaves, another person enters. There were reports, or not even reports, it has been officially announced that Bishop Dyer, aka Baron Corbin, has been stripped of his MLW Tag Team Championship that he held with Dominic Dijakovic, following reports that he is going back to the WWE. So it's looking like it's pretty much all but official. Baron Corbin and MLW had been having some contract disputes, but he was still champion. With them now stripping him of the Tag Team Championship, it pretty much all but confirms that he should be going back to the WWE pretty soon. What do you think about WWE bringing back Baron Corbin?
here's the thing: you gonna bring him back. What are we gonna do with him? Or is he gonna be Danhausen's creation? Is that what it's gonna be? Is he what's under the sheet? Because the way they got this whole Miz and Kit Wilson and Matt Cardona whole thing, what's I mean, it wouldn't be totally out the realm.
I was thinking it was going to be Sheamus. Like before the news
Hmm.
broke today, I was thinking it was Sheamus under there. It's kind of pretty much like evident that it's going to be Baron Corbin. I wouldn't really know who else it would be.
You know who it's gonna be?
So
This is Big Cass. He's 7 foot tall.
you just see
Bumble.
you just see Enzo Amore pop out of the cloning machine, start doing his little dance.
Ho, 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 ho. Like, bro.
That'd be crazy. Another tag team that is supposed to
Yeah.
be headed back to the WWE.
Which, first of all, you have no tag teams. Why? Because you released them all. Like, we have a feud, we have a feud with Damian Priest and R Truth and the War Viking Raiders, whatever you want to call them. Two tag
Viking War
teams,
Experience Raid
yeah, whatever,
Gods of Doom.
Elephant Man, whatever. um, you have them pretty much. It's a winner take all. Essentially, it's a winner take all. Why do you have that? Because why? You had no tag teams. You released all the good tag teams. So now we got to watch two teams who don't need to be in a feud, especially not no damn winner take all. But you know what's gonna happen? Our Truth and Darren Priest are gonna win. You want to know why?
Yeah, you know they're winning.
Exactly. Damian Priest has finally made his arrival to AAA. Like it's a real love hate relationship with this company, bro. I can't. But any
I,
Baron
I want to
Corbin,
go back. Yeah, I want to go back to Baron Corbin for a second
yeah.
though, because Baron Corbin, before he got released the first time, was actually starting to do some of the better work I had ever seen him do. Like that stint that he had right before he was released down in NXT, right when he was back called up to the main roster. Like it was really good. He had great matches with Mello. He was in the War Dogs with, I think that's what they were called, War Dogs, with Braun Breaker and NXT, and they were tag champions. Like we were really getting some good Baron Corbin work, and that was more than we could say about most of his run before that.
Hmm.
So I really hope they just kind of let him come back and do more of that instead of some of the shitty happy Corbin, sad Corbin, depressed Corbin bullshit they was
I
doing with him
hated that shit
uh, during that period. I mean, the man was wrestling in slacks and a button, a dress up, button up shirt.
with a top hat.
Oh yeah, like Happy Corbin, just the worst shit. So yeah, I need some other Baron Corbin we saw right before he was released, even on the Indies with
Yeah.
Dominic Dijakovic. I need that Baron Corbin.
Hey, let's hopefully we see something better than what we saw previously with Baron Corbin, man. You know, WWE has a tendency of bringing somebody back and still not doing shit with them. So
Yeah, we talk about NBA free agency. Pro wrestling free agency is even more crazy. We got
it's
TNA
crazy.
signing people. We got AEW bringing in people. Another person, Zilla Fatu,
Hmm.
is supposed to be coming in pretty soon into the WWE. What do you think about that?
I mean, we've talked about that before. I think, you know, before I feel like we felt like it was too early, but I think now is the perfect time. I think now, you know, I still think he should start out at NXT first before going to the main roster. So,
I agree.
um, as long as that happens, I'm 100% with it. I think it's a great signing.
How would you feel if they debuted him and put him straight into the bloodline?
Stop. Fuck, why do we need more Samoans? Why do we need more in the bloodline? You know, I saw the report that the Bloodline is supposed to be running after WrestleMania. Like, still, why do we need more Bloodline
I
members?
mean, I think the bloodline. Here's the thing about the bloodline: the bloodline can run forever if you wanted to, because there's
They
always going to
could.
be more.
It's always gonna be. It's always gonna be more.
It's about it's about like what they add or take from the show.
Yes,
Like, because sometimes it just feels like we're in Bloodline universe and then we're in WWE. Like, it feels like we have to step out of here
there's no balance.
to enter here for 3 segments of the show,
Hmm.
and we take away from seeing other people that could be on the show because we have to get 3 to 4 Bloodline segments in the show.
Well, I also think, and I will give this as positive. I think that the reason they do that is because it draws ratings. It draws ratings. It's you need ratings. That's the name of the game in weekly television. You need ratings. So I feel like the bloodline, as much as I don't think it should go on that long. Or do I feel like they need to add more people? No, but it brings ratings. It gives people something to watch, and I guess that's why we keep doing it.
But
So
for Zilla Fatu, though, what do you think? Do you think would it harm him or benefit him from being? Because at the end of the day, it's still being placed around Roman Reigns, the Usos, people who are looked at as top guys in the industry.
I think the only way it benefits him, and I think you might have said it a while back. The only way it benefits him is if they bring back the Samoa Hit Squad. Zilla and Jacob go on a goddamn tear because that's what they used to. That's what they did in the Indies. They were attacking. They were wilding. Bring back the Samoa Hit Squad. You want to change the name to make it more bloodline-ish? Cool.
I would
Like,
like to see that in with Solo though.
so
I
I
feel
would.
like Solo is the perfect fit for that though. I wouldn't want to see it as an extension of Roman's bloodline. Like the tag team version, even though the Usos are a tag team, but you know how they got Jay kind of doing his own thing right now, Jimmy doing whatever. They don't got that tag team that's going after the tag team championship.
I feel like this would be the tag team. This would be the tag team just run through everybody.
Yeah.
I understand you. I understand you would rather it would be best for Solo, but they already got Solo going a different direction. So I mean, I feel like that'd be the best low key. And I would love to see Zilla and Jacob be a tag team on WB. Like I said, I seen them on the
Yeah, I would
Indies, so I
too. I
feel like
think. I
that'd be
think.
fire.
Yeah, I would like to see it too. I just don't want it to be the Bloodline watered down version, Bloodline WWE watered down version of what
Yeah,
they really
they
had
really I want
on
you to put
NXT.
niggas in the hospital.
Like,
Put niggas in the hospital. Put them out on the stretcher. So hey man, listen. A lot of free agency things going on. A lot of people are not renewing. A lot of people are coming back. It's a crazy time in professional wrestling. Um, so all we can do is just wait and see what happens. But other than that, those are our headlines for the week. Let us know how you feel about Sheamus and the recently, rumor signings of Baron Corbin and some others. So yeah, but we're gonna move on. AEW. All right, AEW had a pay per view that many of us know, and that is one of the bigger and popular pay per views. AEW Forbidden Door. Now we go to our AEW correspondent for this review of AEW Forbidden Door.
now, Forbidden Door at this point is a week ago, so I don't want to give a full review of the show because if you saw the show, then you know that the show is really good. I don't feel like I need to go through everything. Uh, I will give some of my highlights. I felt like Moxley and Bandito for the Continental Championship was a crazy match. I felt like Starlight Kid versus Thekla for the AEW Women's Championship delivered like I said it would. Uh, they both killed it. But I really want to speak on the final three matches. You had Mercedes Monet versus Maya World in the Women's Owen Hart Finals. You had Team MJ DCF, Team MJF and Don Callis family versus Team Mark Briscoe in the steel cage match. And you had Swerve versus Will Ospreay in the Owen Hart tournament finals. I want to speak on these three matches because to me, this three-match run from AEW was one of the craziest three-match runs I've seen in a long time. Like back to back to back, what I would give 5-star matches. Mercedes Monet versus My World. A match that I wanted to be good. You could hear me saying on the last pod before Forbidden Door that I wanted this match to be good because I wanted it for My World, who I felt was doing really great work, and Mercedes Monet, who had been doing really great work since coming back. This match was incredible. Like, definitely a breakout performance from My World, 100%. She showed me just how well she could go with one of the top women in the industry, period. Like, not just AEW, in the entire professional wrestling industry. Some might say eat the best. Yeah, the crowd, in my opinion, was fully live for this match. And I know Dave Meltzer dropped his ratings and said that he didn't think that the crowd was that much into the match and that he didn't like this match. Dave, I don't know what you were watching, sir. I don't know if the old age is starting to get to your ears, buddy, but you might have to clean those out and rewatch that match because there's no way you can sit here and tell me that the crowd wasn't into that match. There's one point where there's a false finish off of, I think, Mercedes hits the statement maker on My World, and My World kicks out at 2, and the fucking crowd loses their mind. So, yeah, I definitely wanted to give a shout out to that, to both Mercedes Moné and My World for putting on an incredible match. The 6v6 steel cage match was fun, chaotic. I thought the Leo Rush cameo in the match was dope.
He
Uh, there was a,
knows.
there was a bunch of crazy table spots, including the one that Kevin Knight took off the top of the cage through like 6 tables. In this match, you had Andrade turn on the Don Callis family and MJF, which would allow Mark Briscoe to hit the Dre Driller on MJF and get the win. So Mark Briscoe could earn a world title match against MJF. Thought that was a really great match to go right after the Women's Own Heart tournament. And then the main event, an instant classic from Swerve and Ospreay. Similar to the 2 matches they've had in AEW before this and the countless amount of matches they've had on the indies before that. Just another incredible match. Great story told in this match. Both men get busted open crazy. Swerve took a crazy blade job in this match. He was bleeding everywhere. Like, there's one point they show a close-up of the steel steps, and there's a pool of blood from Swerve on the steps. Death Riders came out to cheer Ospreay on in the middle of the match, which kind of helped him get the needed energy to win and get the win over Swerve. I thought Swerve should have won the Owen Hart tournament here, but they went with Ospreay, and I'm not can't be mad. You know, Ospreay is going to go into Wembley, and his dream was to walk into Wembley Stadium and main event. So they're going to get that. It's going to be a great moment. So I'm not mad at it. I just thought for the story wise, who needed it more to me was Swerve to progress his story, because I feel like you still could have got to Will Ospreay's story, like even if it was done next year, whereas Swerve's whole thing was really dependent on him getting the power by winning the Owen Hart and then going in and winning the title at All In. But other than that, I thought this was an incredible card. I would give it a 9. Also, shout out to my boy Jay White. Switchblade is back. That was a crazy moment, crazy pop. I mean, it's been, 600 days? Yeah, like something like that. 600 days since Jay White wrestled or was on AEW television. So, yeah, it was definitely a great moment to see him back, see him with the rest of the Bang Bang gang. So, yeah, I'm going to give Forbidden Door a 9. AEW has been, like, on a week-to-week basis, thoroughly more enjoyable show. Like,
Listen, a lot of people
Raw and
said that.
SmackDown have their moments every week where it's like, oh, this was good or this was good. But do I feel the need to
Consistency.
watch live Raw and SmackDown every week? No. I actively want to watch Dynamite on every Wednesday. Just because the show it's not always the most story-driven product, right?
Mm-hmm.
But at least I know I'm going to turn on, I'm going to get at least 4 quality matches in this show. If it's a special with a Collision Dynamite type of thing, I'm gonna get even more than that MJF versus Mark Briscoe opened the show on Dynamite this past week for the world title. I, like,
That sounds like a banger.
how can I not be tuned into that?
But hey, thank you for AEW for Forbidden Door recap. That's a high review. It's a very high review.
Yeah, this show was not.
It's yeah, all right, hey, I'm with it. Um, Speaking of things that weren't a nine, let's go over to let's go over to WWE. Let's do our Monday Night Raw, man. What was some things? What were some things? If there was anything, what were some things that stood out to you?
I watch WWE so confused, man. Sometimes, like so confused as some of the shit that be happening on these shows. But
You got to start with the biggest one.
yeah, Brock and Oba, Hell in a Cell,
Where we're at.
announced for SummerSlam.
Sorry, didn't Oba just win King of the Ring?
You're damn right he did.
And wasn't Oba supposed to get a title match of his choosing
You,
at SummerSlam?
you're damn right he was. This
Mm.
is why I be so confused, because what is the exact point of any of this? Right? What was the point of this whole King of the Ring tournament? Right? If you were just going to have Oba win, which is fine, but the stipulation is a title match at SummerSlam if you don't have to use the title match at SummerSlam.
Something I saw was regardless of if Oba chose a champion or not, like Oba like need had to win King of the Ring. Like there was no. I understand. And then listen, I understand. You know, you'd be like, there was if you're not gonna have him challenge for a title, why have him win? But I feel like he needed to. It just adds more to him, like his character. Like yes, you could say you don't need it, but like I just feel like it was a no brainer. Now, what you do after, all right, yeah, obviously, that don't make no sense. But I just feel like if he's in it, like there's no way he
That's the
doesn't win.
thing, though. It's him. If he's in it, sure, yes, he has to win it. And but one, he didn't need to be in the tournament. I said this. He didn't need to be in the tournament because he's already the ruler. It only does something for the character if the character embraces the fact that he is king of the ring.
And I think he will embrace it.
If he comes out and just is doing regular Oba shit, it doesn't
Oh,
acknowledge the King of the Ring tournament at all. It's like when we seen Wade Barrett win King of the Ring, and he was King Barrett for months after that.
well, okay, but this is also it's only been a week. Like it hasn't even we haven't even seen him after he won. So he won, got into the feud with Lesnar, and we haven't seen him since. So we can't really sit here and base the judgment off of if he's going to continue the gimmick or continue like the king. If we've only seen him one time after he won. So how can we sit there and say he's not going to use it when we haven't seen him yet?
I'm not saying he's not. You're right. We do have to see it, but if he doesn't,
Then that's where the argument is brought up that he shouldn't have been in it.
okay, all right.
Yeah.
And then it's like the person getting the title shot at SummerSlam was in the King of the Ring tournament and lost. He didn't make the finals.
He made it somehow found with that. Yeah. I mean, like I said, it's weird, but like like obviously first glimpse, everything that happens in front or like at first like reaction It's going to be, do we have to see it play out? That's why I had to come to understanding that I can't really say much because we've only seen it once. We've only seen everything fall out once. We haven't seen what happens after the comic weeks, and that's where I me as a wrestling fan, as a person, have to understand like I can't judge everything off of strictly first reactions. I have to see how everything plays out before I make my final judgments and final calls.
And here's a great point. And I don't like to keep comparing WWE to AEW, but this is where like people say I don't criticize AEW. Here's some criticism. Kenny Omega is facing MJF next week on Beach Break
Hmm.
for the AEW World Championship. AEW has a pay per view called Redemption in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks in Canada, where Kenny Omega's from.
So when I had that redemption, yeah, it's.
Right? That's my
Mhm.
only thing. Now they're gonna have Kenny beat MJF because if Kenny doesn't win this match at Beach Break, he can't challenge for the world title ever again. So it's looking like they're gonna have Kenny beat MJF, lose at Redemption.
That
What
makes
are we
sense. That's,
doing?
that's that's backwards.
Ass backwards. So I keep it. I just want to let y'all know I keep a spade either way. But if Osprey won the, but it's be like if Osprey won the Owen Hart tournament, and instead of facing MJF himself at Wembley, he was like, you know what, Kenny, I think you got unfinished business. You face him at Wembley. I'll face him at Full Gear in New Jersey. It'd be like,
That makes no fucking
what?
sense.
What? Why? You just
That
won the
makes no sense.
Owen. That's my only thing.
We can't sit here and say that we weren't expecting Brock to, in some form or fashion, be involved in this entire thing. Now, it was after he won, but we all kept calling it. Brock's going to interfere at this match. Brock's going to come back at this match. Brock's going to be here at this match. So, you feel me? We already knew there was going to be something with Oba and Brock. They kept saying it. Now, granted, it happened after. So I can understand the frustration, like, oh, why'd you have him win it? But like, this is exactly what we asked for. To be honest, we asked for another match with Brock. We kept saying Brock's gonna interfere, Brock's gonna interfere. You want the match at SummerSlam. You got the match at SummerSlam. The reason that we're mad is because he won the King of the Ring and didn't challenge for a title. I don't think we should really be mad at that. He's going to get a title shot. Now, is it at SummerSlam? No. But he still is going to get a title shot. That's my whole thing. I'm like, we can't really be so frustrated. We can't be so frustrated over what happened when we called for it already. We called for Brock and Oba to face each other at SummerSlam in Minnesota. We got it. So we can't be upset.
But bro, it's like we can't bail them out like they didn't have other decisions they could have made.
And no, I'm not. By all
That's what it
means, I'm
sounds.
not.
That's what it sounds like.
I'm not defending. I just felt like I feel like we can't jump the gun so fast and saying, you know, Oba's not gonna run with this king thing, or like Oba shouldn't have won the whole king of the ring. Like he didn't need it until we see what he can do with it. That's my whole point. That's what I'm making. I'm by absolute no means am I defending WWE and what they're doing because it's like stupid. But I'm saying let's just wait it out and see before we call WWE a dumbass. Let's wait and see what they do first before we call them a dumbass. That's how I'm looking at it. Let's wait, and then if the dumbassery is still there, then they're dumbass. Then they're dumbasses.
What is the thing that Oba could do with the King of the Ring that would make it? seem as if, oh, this was the perfect fit.
Every time he comes out, what did he say as soon as he came out? He said, you chat my name for a ruler, now you chat my name for a king." You continue because they're going to change his name.
Okay.
You feel me? Like, you listen? Like I said, I don't know how you're gonna do it, but we have to wait and see how they do it. There's many ways you can run with it, especially for Oba. There's many ways you can run with this whole king
Is he
thing.
going to wear the crown?
He can, if he wanted to. Honestly, I think you should. He should put the fucking crown on. What if he beats Brock, which he should at SummerSlam? He should put the goddamn crown on after. Like, conquer the beast, king me, bitch. Like, you feel me? Like, I'm saying, like, we just gotta wait and see, bro. That's all I'm saying. We
Like,
gotta wait and see. Gotta wait and see.
I just think, like, bro, a lot of going in circles to get to the same destination. It feels like.
True.
Let's talk about. We talked about it a little bit earlier. Your confirmed now world title match or
Hmm.
world title match for SummerSlam is one that has a lot of emotional attachment. Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns is now your confirmed main event for one of the nights. Don't know which one yet, but one of the nights of SummerSlam.
14 years in the making. 14 years of history.
Most likely the last time that these two will be facing each other. How do you feel about the match, and how do you feel about the promo on Raw leading up to it?
Um, I told you already. I'm for sure going to definitely shed some tears during the main event. I'm gonna be a real. I'm a thug cry. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a real nigga cry. Um, cause these are two two men who, like, we watch from the start to now. Like, this is, you feel me? Like, we have this podcast. It's always, even before the podcast, it's always been, I'm a Roman guy, you're a Seth guy. So it's always been, so it's kind of like, this is like the culmination for us too. You feel me? For those who are Seth Rollins fans, for those who are Roman Reigns fans, this is not just a match for them. This is a match for us. Like he
Right.
said, this, like Seth said, this is realistically the last time that they're like ever going to fight each other 1v1. And it makes the most sense.
For everybody who was on a CM Punk side or a John Cena side in 2011, this is the equivalent of when they had their last match in Saudi, right? This is the equivalent of, damn, this is really the last time we gonna see these two get the scrap. For anyone older, we can go back. This is like seeing the last Stone Cold Steve Austin versus The Rock match at WrestleMania. I'm gonna be, I'm a Seth Rollins guy for sure, but even I, at the end, win or lose, am going to be giving a standing ovation to whoever, whether it be Seth Rollins, whether it be Roman Reigns.
It's going to be poetry. This match, this is poetry is exactly what this match is going to be. It's going to be like, it's the storytelling, the emotion is there. It's there. It's always been there between these two, and the promo just the promo. I love the promo. I loved it absolutely, like 1,000%, because you can tell the parts where Seth Rollins is talking and the parts where Kobe Lopez is talking. Like, and for those of you who don't, Kobe is Seth Rollins' real name. So you could differentiate the character and then the man, because we all know, if you know Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, you know that they hate each other on screen, but they are the closest. They could literally be blood, and blood couldn't make them any closer. That's the relationship they have, like off TV. So that's why it makes this so special and so emotional, because like it's real. Like by the time you know it, they're both going to be in the Hall of Fame. You feel me? So this,
And it's like
yeah,
you would not have one without the other. You would not have gotten the Shield wouldn't have gotten the green light if Vince wasn't allowed to include Roman Reigns.
hmm,
And the idea of the Shield started with Seth
Seth
Rollins.
Rollins. Hmm.
So you don't get one without the other. And that's why this is such a dope match. This is going to be such a dope match to kind of live in the moment for, be in the moment for. And I'm a Seth Rollins guy, but I'm going to say that I think Roman Reigns should get the win here. As much as I would love to say that the one person Roman could never beat in his entire career is Seth Rollins. To
Which he has beat him, but it's been on TV, it's been on weekly shows and not pay per view. So
when it mattered, when it mattered,
hmm,
he's never
yeah,
beaten Seth Rollins. So to in order to progress the story, and even not just for this story, but to progress for the story for Oba later down the line, I think this is the last thing that Roman needs competitively, competitor wise. This is the last thing Roman needs. So once he gets this, that competitor leaves. See, there's no more competition. There's nothing left for him to accomplish. Which, in turn, when it's time to face that hungry dog named Obafemi, he won't have that edge anymore. I think that's the story you can kind of tell with this if Roman wins.
it's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be love. Obviously, we have to be in the presence of other wrestling fans when this match take place. I cannot be at my house, or we cannot be wherever we are, and it's just us two. We need to be in the presence of other wrestling fans, because I feel like this match, we need to feel this match with other wrestling fans, and I feel like it's going to feel the same way we already feel. This is going to be beautiful. It's going to be beautiful. Um,
Quickly before we leave Monday Night Raw, though, I wanted to get your thoughts on apparently division breaking up.
yeah. Listen, I mean, it kind of makes sense, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like Breakers is he's somewhere doing his own thing. Logan's still hurt. Brunson's still hurt. Like it's just theory. And if I'm Paul Heyman, I'm choosing Brock Lesnar 1,000 times over the Vision. Like
I just
honestly,
damn. Once I saw that interaction with Heyman in Theory and Heyman walk away from Theory, it was kind of like, damn, what division could have been. Imagine division with Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, Theory, Seth Rollins.
yeah, that would have been unstoppable. Now, you want to talk about factions, like unstoppable factions? That would have been one of them.
Like, imagine what we could have had. Imagine
Yeah. Tag team champs, world heavyweight champ, IC title.
they could have had it all.
Yeah, that would have been oof. But things happen. Things change. If you didn't know, now you know. So, um, I'll be so honest with y'all. This Raw, other than those things, is really pretty much ass. Um, I'll be so real with you, man. Like it just it was ass to me. I'm gonna be so honest with you. Like those were probably the only best things that happened on Raw. You know, what would you rate? What would you rate Raw?
If I had to give Raw a rating, I would give Raw a. I give Raw a 5.
I'll give Raw 4.5. 4.5.
I give it a 5 because the Hell in a Cell stipulation announcement popped me because I was like, damn, I called that.
Yeah,
I
you
did
did.
call that. And the Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns was a great moment. So
Yeah,
those two moments alone is going to carry this to a 5. But
it's
that's the
crazy.
best I can do for it.
Best I can do is 450. Um, Moving on to SmackDown, which does it get better? The SmackDown get better?
No,
It does not. It does not.
like I'm not
You
gonna
know,
lie. For the first time in a long time, I have watched the SmackDown. Like I don't even like I was watching, but like doing other shit at the same time. It was like background,
so obviously we already said SmackDown was taped after Raw, for the July 4th weekend, so that the wrestlers could have off, spend time with their families. So they recorded everything right after Raw on Monday. Um, so of course there were a lot of spoilers and everything going on. But the full show came out. And I'm gonna have to be honest. I'm probably worse than you. Granted, now I did get spoiled, and I was just on X, just scrolling. I got spoiled a lot, but I did watch the show. Um, I skipped through everything besides two matches. Like it was on, but I didn't pay attention, and I didn't rewind. I kind of skipped through. I only watched two matches. That was the AAA World Cruiserweight Championship match between Ray Phoenix and Vikingo, and the number one contender match with Cody Rhodes and Jay Uso. Now, you're asking yourself, number one contender match? Sammy just won the title. He just won the title. How is it a number one contender match? Well, at the top of the show, obviously Jay Uso's like, he needs a title shot. He needs that gold. Cody Rhodes would not let up anything because he shouldn't have lost. So of course, Nick Aldis, who was not there because he got placed on administrative leave based off his interaction with Gunther after Night of Champions.
which Gunther versus Aldis is looking like that's the way they're gonna go.
It's looking like the way it's gonna go for me.
Shout out to my boy
Aldis,
Aldis, bro. They had him in
listen,
that
man,
suit for way too
put them
long.
trunks back on, man.
Way too
Put
long.
put them trunks back on. So Nick Aldis says, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna
Pierce,
have Adam Pierce. I'm sorry, Adam Pierce. Um, we're gonna have Jay Uso versus Cody Rhodes for a number one contender match. Now, this is where it all goes to shit because the World Heavyweight Championship is the Raw title, correct?
yes,
And the Undisputed title is a SmackDown title, correct?
yep.
So WWE decided we're gonna have a title match. When are we gonna have this title match? We're gonna have this title match next week on Monday Night Raw. Thought SmackDown had its own title. Well, it does have its own title. But do you want to know why SmackDown is is making this undisputed title match on Raw? Because Raw's taking place in the great state of Illinois, preferably Chicago. And who's from Chicago? You say the best in the world, CM Punk. Now, that's a coincidence, right? No, it's not. Because for you to have a title match of a SmackDown championship on a Raw night, on a Raw show in Illinois, means one thing and one thing only. Cody's winning, CM Punk is going to be there. We're going to have CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam. Mic drop.
Listen, listen. They still have time to not make this fucking decision. There's still time to not make the decision that we all think you're going to make. Sami Zayn, Sami Zayn has been, to me, one of the most entertaining things on SmackDown consistently for weeks, months. His promo on SmackDown before interrupted by Cody Rhodes, the passive aggressiveness, telling people, well, I could tell you to kiss my ass for saying that I never win this, but I'm not because I'm the last real good guy. The whole time, any time that you say, well, I could say this, you're basically saying it, just not trying to, just in a passive aggressive way, which I thought fit Sammy's character perfectly. Sami Zayn, like, again, what is the point? What is the point of doing anything you do if it's all for nothing the next week? You gave Sammy the moment in Saudi Arabia to win the title. To have him lose on the first offense right back to Cody Rhodes would be fucked up because you don't. It's like you're not even giving Sammy the chance to show what he could do. He did all the work and did everything right to get to the point where you finally decide to give him the championship. But it would be almost like you never was ready to give him the ball in the first place. It was just for the moment. In Saudi, which would be fucked up.
Well, it was in Saudi, so they felt like it was time.
If I'm the WWE here, we know that Cody Rhodes is the guy inevitably or that you want to keep the title on as much as you can. But if you already have Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins in one main event, Oba Femi, Brock Lesnar, Hell in a Cell in another, do you need Cody Rhodes, CM Punk?
If you
For
have
the
it, it's not
name
a title
value,
match. It's not.
do we
I wouldn't
need
have it a
it?
title match.
Or can we just get Sami Zayn versus CM Punk for the title at SummerSlam? Equally as good match. Still got name value from CM Punk. And in my opinion, Sami Zayn has name value. But I feel like you confirm those matches. Those are three of the first four confirmed matches right there. It's hard to miss on the rest of the card.
I if you're gonna do Cody and Punk, it shouldn't be a title match. It shouldn't be a title match. I'm gonna say it. It shouldn't be a title match.
And if you're not gonna do it for the title, don't do it. I feel like there's something else you can do with Cody Rhodes. There's something
What
else.
what have we seen Cody in other than like now since he has won the title, right? We have barely seen him in feuds where there's not it's not title related or it's for the title.
Yeah.
Like which is like damn. It's like at least with Roman, he had feuds with other people where it wasn't title related. Feuds with Bronson, feuds with like Division, like he had feuds with like he had matches and feuds where it wasn't title related. With Cody, it's very, very rare that he is in something where the title is not in the picture. Very few. And I think that's where the fatigue comes in. Now, me, did I want Sammy to win? No. I didn't want him to win. Am I upset that he won? Absolutely not. Why? Because I didn't want Cody to retain. I really wanted Gunther to win. I wanted Gunther to win the title. You feel me? I felt like he deserved to have the title. But I'm not mad at Sammy winning. But the fact of the matter is, don't have the man win just for him to lose right away. If that's the case, I think that's a very shitty decision. If it is that, at least let's see what he can do with it. That's you know, that's my whole thing.
Like
But
Drew got at least a month. Give my boy at least a month.
it's like at least, and it's even worse because of the title match happening on Raw. That makes this like
Yeah, it
so much
feels like
fucking
it's set
worse.
up. It's being set
It's
up for
literally,
like I
literally.
I can agree that it's being set up for the return for sure. Just because Punk is from Chicago doesn't mean he always needs to come back in Chicago. Like he could
Mm,
come back on wherever the SmackDown is and still get a
a
huge
beautiful pop.
reaction.
Yes,
But yeah, it obviously set up for Punk to make his return. I just don't think that Cody Rhodes needs to win it. And it would be to me, a more interesting, complex storyline with Sami Zayn and his arc that he's taking right now
hmm
against what CM Punk would have to say.
I think it'd be dope. I would love to see Sammy and Punk
Like, yeah,
if they allow us to have that.
Cody and Punk would have good promos or decent promo battles. I think Sammy in like his character work mixed with Punk's promos lead to a beautiful match inside the ring because both of them can still go. I feel like you hit every aspect in this one feud.
I agree. I agree. But hey, we can we can only see what happens when Monday rolls around. And boy, that podcast after is going to be for the books. I tell you that now. Um, Listen, once again, keeping it very transparent. The show was ass. Vikingo versus Ray Phoenix, match of the night. Everything else, I really didn't interest me. This wasn't a good show to me. Gonna be so honest with you. Like I said, I watched it, skipped through it. Nothing really interested me. Like
Yeah, SmackDown was made even more
I'm
mid
I'm gonna I'm gonna give it
than
a
Raw.
4.
I'm gonna give it 4 too. Yeah,
I'm giving it a
it was
4.
pretty bad. It was
You
pretty
know,
bad.
um, Road Dog, if you're hearing this, please come back. Please, I beg you, I beg you. I hate it here. Um, Listen, that is all for hot tag, but we cannot close out the show without giving our hot spots of the week, baby. So, hot spots of the week. For me, I'm gonna go Ray Phoenix and Vikingo once again. They had about 15 minutes, maybe even
15
less.
minutes.
Maybe,
That
maybe
match
even
was
less.
5 minutes long. You know that?
So maybe because I rewatched it a few times, it was 15 minutes.
That match was every bit of like
Just because I'm not gonna lie, because I kept because they were doing so much shit that I kept rewinding just to see it again. So maybe it was 15 minutes in my eyes.
when Vikingo did the flip off the turnbuckle, caught him into the Hurricane
And
Rana.
listen,
Yeah,
bro, that was one specific part that I kept replaying. So maybe it was 15 minutes. But even in 5 minutes, which was the real match time, they made it seem like a goddamn 20-minute match because you kept replaying it in your head. Because after that's all you think about is that match. So shout out them. They get my first hot spot of the week. Oh, great match. Second, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, great promo, great promo. This match is going to be beautiful. They obviously the chemistry with them like is going to make this even so much better that I can't wait for the coming weeks. Like, just it's going to be beautiful. Um, and third hot spot of the week is to me, um, because I had to sit through two ass shows. So shout out me.
That's why I watch AEW. My first hot spot of the week is going to go to Kevin Knight versus Leo Rush on Dynamite for the TNT Championship. Leo Rush, I feel like we've been talking about him consistently for the past couple of weeks. Character work on a million, right? Best character work in the business right now. But he's also still putting on really good matches in the ring. Like the character work has not taken over his in ring work. It's still super good. It's just mixed in. Like the way he goes for his topes suicidas now, where he does the little gallop on all crawl on all fours before he runs through the ropes. It's just great work. Kevin Knight, you already know how we feel about the Jet over here, the one you look up to, Big Kevin Knight. You feel me?
He knows.
So that was my first hot spot of the week. My second hot spot of the week is also going to come from Dynamite. Jay White's first promo back from injury, and it was a good one. The Switchblade still got it. You already know what time it is. It's time to breathe with the Switchblade. And my third hot spot of the week is going to go to Sami Zayn. Just for still being great. Like Sami Zayn and all his interactions backstage. I was crying hysterically at him presenting the WWE Championship to Johnny Gargano, like, and thanking him for all his help. When Johnny Gargano hasn't said a word in months. His interaction with Pierce, his promo at the beginning of the show. Yeah, I feel like Sami Zayn has been all over SmackDown. He's been killing it. Well deserved WWE Championship
We did
reign.
it, Johnny.
So those are going to be my three hot spots of the week.
Hey, listen, let us know your hot spots. Comment, DM us. Let us know your hot spots of the week. But that wraps up episode 44 of the Hot Tag Podcast. Now, make sure you follow us on all our socials, like, comment, subscribe, and follow us for more content. We appreciate all the love and the support. Without y'all, of course, nothing is possible. That's Justin. I'm Rashaad. And always remember, stay sharp, stay fresh, and stay hot. Peace.
Peace.